Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Today, I'm back with another live. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Barrister Mazabun Kashru, and I am currently working with Student Connect Talk Office. And today, we are going to talk about University of Birmingham. And I have a very special person with me today. I have Jessica Brown. Please, everybody, say hi to her.
Hi, good everyone. Good
Hi.
afternoon. Hi.
Hi. Good morning. How have you
Morning.
been?
Yeah, very well,
So
thank you.
Okay, it's so good to see you. So we are going to be joined by another person. He is the CEO of Student Connect, Mr. Joy Labedin. Good
Hello,
afternoon,
everyone.
sir.
Thank you very much indeed for inviting me in here, Priya, today. And thank you, everyone, for joining us live today. Hope you are all well. And welcome to our Student Connect live show, where we discuss about universities in the UK, study options, and UK study information sessions. Yes, thank you very much, Priya.
Okay, so quickly I'm going to jump into the live session. So this is going to be a very interactive session. We are going to have at max 30 to 40-minute sessions. In the beginning, we are going to talk about the universities. I'm going to discuss some things with Jess, and then we are going to take questions at the very last portion of the segment, which will be of 10 minutes. Okay, so at the beginning, just like I told, I was very excited to introduce University of Birmingham. This is one of the very well-known, reputed university, and it is situated in Birmingham, which I know is very popular amongst the students amongst the UK, and it is a student city. It's a friendly city as well, and most importantly, University of Birmingham. It's actually a Russel Group university, which means that it is one of those prestigious universities where people can get their degrees in, and they will have a wonderful opportunity in case of employability as well. So Jess, do you want to talk about the university a little?
Yeah,
Maybe some. Yeah.
of course, yeah. The University of Birmingham is a really fantastic university. So thank you all for taking the time today to listen to us, having a conversation and give you a little bit more information about what Birmingham can offer you. The University of Birmingham is a really global university at the heart of a very, very ambitious city. We've really been challenging and developing great minds for over 100 years, and were founded in 1900. So we're a very prestigious institution, as we just mentioned. So we welcome students from all different nationalities and backgrounds, and a very diverse and multicultural institution. A really highly regarded institution, and very highly ranked in the top 100 in the world and the top 20 in the UK university rankings. So you can be assured to get that high quality education when choosing to study at Birmingham. And we offer a range of courses across all different levels of study to suit different needs for different students. So it is a really exciting time to join us at Birmingham, as we really do expand our campus and offer a unique range of academic courses for all of our students.
Great. And I believe that you have a campus in Dubai as well, and it is one of the first Russell Group University to be situated in Dubai as well.
Yeah, and that's a really exciting time for us. We are really looking forward to our innovation and our global expansion in terms of our academic output and research. And what that enables us to do is have that campus in Dubai. And we actually, as you say, the first Russell Group and top 100 university to open a campus in Dubai. We actually have our brand new campus, which is currently opening and welcoming students. We have a capacity for nearly 3,000 students studying at our campus in Dubai. And students get that same quality UK education. They're taught by our academics. Some of them travel over to Dubai. We have academics who are employed at our Dubai campus. And so students really are benefiting from having that UK education, the Birmingham academic excellence, the quality teaching, whilst being maybe a little bit closer to home, having kind of additional benefits such as scholarships and different other activities and opportunities, being in that very, very exciting city of Dubai.
Absolutely.
So,
And I believe
one question for me, Jess, in terms of Dubai campus,
Yeah.
the qualification offers in Dubai campus, you said they're absolutely almost the same as the UK campus. Is there a difference in terms of award certificates or anything? Sometimes we have this, hysteria that, if it's a different country campus, maybe the qualification is different, maybe the quality is different. So if you can elaborate on this point.
I think that is the unique difference with Birmingham. This is actually our own campus, our own academics. The same courses that we run here in the UK are offered in Dubai. We don't have the same range of courses in terms of the numbers of programs available, but the quality and the content is the same. So you'll be sure to be studying the same course that you would study here in the UK. Students would graduate with the same qualification, so they will be graduating with a University of Birmingham degree. So there is no difference in terms of that education and that certificate that students will obtain at the end. So that's a really kind of a really good benefit in that students can get that quality education without necessarily traveling to the UK. But equally, students do get that study abroad option as well. For undergraduate students or foundation level students, students can opt in their second year to have a study abroad year and actually come to our UK campus for that 1 year as part of an exchange program. So that's another unique benefit, that they get that opportunity during their studies.
Yeah,
This is
that's
really
exciting.
Yeah, this is really amazing, isn't it? Like, you have the same degree, but there is no value difference. This is the problem. A lot of people think that, will there be a value difference? But no, it is the same qualification. And you have the option to move to second year or the third year to the UK campus as well. Sorry, Priya, to cut you off. Yes, please continue.
Yeah. So I was saying that even for the home students in the UK, if they want, they can do their courses in Dubai as well. So I think that is
so students get that. So some of our students who are studying in the UK campus also, we offer study abroad actually across over 200 partner universities. So if students study in our UK campus, they can still get an international experience studying any number of our over 200 international partners around the world. And that's on most of our academic undergraduate courses. But students also can have that opportunity to study at the Dubai campus as well. Typically with the study abroad options for if they're coming via the UK campus, it does extend their degree to a 4-year program, but that does allow that international experience as well.
But I think that's quite exciting. I think students should actually experience studying 1 year, doing a study abroad session, so that they have that experience. I think they grow personally on a personal level and academically as well. So
it's a fantastic opportunity. Yeah, it really is. It's a fantastic opportunity, and a lot of students really do take up on that opportunity and have that study abroad. We've had students studying all around the world, and it's a really good time to learn a different culture, different experience, and have that additional international experience for those students.
I have known University of Birmingham as to hosting over, I believe, 10,000 international students. So I have always seen University of Birmingham promoting international students to join both their campuses. They have been very welcoming as a city, even as the university itself. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, the University of Birmingham is actually one of the largest universities here in the UK. So we have around 34,000 students currently studying across all levels of study here. And around 10,000 of those students are, as you say, international students from over 150 different countries. So students really do get to interact with different cultures and nationalities from all over the world across all different programs and, as I said, different levels of study. So students really do have that international experience. And I think that's something that really attracts students to Birmingham as well. The city itself is very, very diverse. We have students from all different kind of backgrounds coming to study, but the community of Birmingham is also really diverse, and we have populations from all across South Asia, but equally we have populations from all over, offering different unique opportunities within the city as well, which is a really exciting time.
Cities for students to live in. I think Birmingham is one of the funnest cities to live for the students. I think as an international student, my time over there was amazing.
Talking about the university, I've got a question in my mind. It's called the first red brick university, Jess. So why does it called first red brick university, and what does it mean by red brick university?
So, if I could show you an image, I would, but the campus itself is a very traditional institution. So, I said we were founded in 1900. So, our beautiful campus really has unique, typical red brick buildings. The kind of background in terms of being the first civic university, so the traditional red brick institution, we were one of the first universities to welcome students from all different nationalities, religions, backgrounds, and cultures on an equal basis. And that's something, as I said, we continue to do to this day. So we've been welcoming students for many years from all different backgrounds. And that's something that, being that civic university, that's something that we really have at our heart of the university and institution here. So we continue to welcome students from that background, and we welcome students from everywhere. And I think that's something that's really important to us and our academics here at Birmingham.
Absolutely. And also, I know that there are a lot of communities which are encompassed with the university within itself. I think student gets a lot of support from the teachers, and we do have a dedicated team to support the international students as well as the home students as well. So I think the support system that the university is providing to the international students is something which is very much commendable.
Yeah, we have a lot of dedicated support for our students. As I said, we do have a large student population, so we really put mental health and well-being at the heart of all of our kind of decisions, and we have dedicated welfare teams and student support teams, advice lines, and lots of support available across all of our 5 academic colleges, so students can ensure they are getting that support as and when if they need it. We also do have an international student team to provide additional support, visa guidance, anything else throughout their studies during their time here. And the international student team can provide that support to all of our international students as well. But of course, Student Connect will be able to help with the application side and the CAS and the pre-application when it comes to visas. So we do recommend working with Student Connect, our partner, who can actually help you with that process. But we have dedicated teams for when students actually arrive at Birmingham as well.
Thank you very much, Jess. I mean, at Student Connect, you see, we specialize in UK higher education.
Yeah.
The University of Birmingham is our premium partner, and we dedicatedly work for them. We have dedicated account manager team as well to look after University of Birmingham applications. Just to tell you, we have offices around the world. We have offices in Abuja, we have offices in India, we have 3 offices in Bangladesh, and head offices in London. And London office helps the students from around the world as well. So today's program is focused on South Asia, obviously Bangladesh. And Jess, I've got a interesting fact that UOB recently voted first most targeted university by the top employers, according to the Guardian Market in 2021. So can you tell us a bit more about this and how employers view UOB, UOB graduates?
Yeah, we've really invested into our careers and employee support for all of our students. And that's something that we're really proud of, to be kind of named as the top ranked university by leading employers in terms of that graduate employability. We've really been developing our careers network that we have here at Birmingham. We have invested over £5 million to expand the student employability services to really ensure that all of our students are getting access to everything that they need throughout their studies and after graduation. We really have kind of developed everything from personal skills awards, enabling students to develop and recognise and articulate what they're looking to achieve and prepare them for after their studies in terms of finding that job. We have everything from careers appointments, mentoring, work experience opportunities, internships. Everything then is also from CV checks and interview practice. We also have dedicated advisors across all of our academic disciplines. So we have real subject specific guidance for those students as well. So we can really provide that industry sector relevant background and knowledge on that career support. And we host various employability fairs as well for different subject disciplines, so students can really engage with industry, and we have fantastic industry links as well. So that's something that we really are helping and developing our students from the moment they arrive. There's opportunities for all of our students to really get involved with the careers network.
Thank you. So I mean, being top top in the employers demand, and also being top 100 university in the world, it must be difficult to get into it, right? So applicants you get a lot of applications. You must be very choosy what kind of applicant do you select. So if you can give us some sort of, what are the admission process at UOB, and why are you so selective in this offering places?
I think in terms of the university itself, I suppose we don't really specifically talk about kind of acceptance rate at Birmingham, as it really does vary between different programs. But of course, all of our programs and courses are very competitive. I think it's really, I guess, important to understand that you need to meet the academic requirements for the program. If you meet those academic requirements, you're highly likely to be accepted for that course, but you do need to ensure that you are reviewing our course pages, speaking to Student Connect, and getting an idea of what our requirements are. Some courses have subject-specific requirements, some will have additional requirements that you need to meet. We do issue offers to a large number of the people who apply, but typically they'll have conditions of that offer, meeting required grades outlined in the entry criteria. And only a proportion of those students will actually meet those grades. So I think it's really important to ensure that you've done your research. If you looked into the course entry requirements and the academic backgrounds required to study at Birmingham, we do have higher entry requirements compared to some universities. But that is because you are studying at a top 100 Russel Group institution. We're amongst the 24 leading UK universities here. We are attracting the best and brightest international students who are going to be taught by world-leading experts. So you have to expect a higher level of teaching, education, and therefore the requirements are higher maybe compared to other institutions in the UK. But I think it's just really important that you do your research in advance of applying. And also just really carefully think about your application. If you require a personal statement, really plan that in advance and think about what you want to include and the reasons why you are choosing to study that particular course.
Yeah, I mean, talking about these reputations, and we know that there are, I think, 11 Nobel Prize winners from University of Birmingham, isn't it?
That's impressive.
Yeah. And as I said, it's amongst staff and alumni, and we really have attracted the best kind of academics and completing that world-leading research, innovative, and that's really something that attracts those brightest students. So you can see why we might have requirements that do attract the best and academically focused students who are really focused on really wanting to broaden their knowledge and actually have that high-quality education.
And also regarding your business department, I think it's very interesting. All the qualifications are like triple accredited, right? And it's a combined accreditation with major accredited bodies with the United States and the AMBA within the UK as well. If you could want to a bit elaborate on this as well.
Yeah, I mean, our Birmingham Business School is a very prestigious school to study all of a range of different business school programs that we offer. And I think it's really important to understand that Triple Crown accreditation. It's only a handful of the world's business schools hold that kind of gold standard Triple Crown accreditation. It is a key factor, I think, to consider, and it really does make us stand out in terms of a leading international business school. We were the first university in the UK to incorporate a faculty of commerce into the university, so we really have an outstanding and long history in terms of the quality of our business and management education. So it really does highlight that excellence in business education, and as I said, only a small number of institutions have that status. So I think it's really important to consider that if you are interested in the business school, that we are really attracting kind of that vision in terms of the academics and the leadership focus and responsible business strategies, and really thinking about what course you might like to study. But do know that then our business school, as a result, does attract a huge number of applications, and our courses are extremely popular because we are really engaged with all of our academics and their academic research, and students are getting the best in terms of their course and their education. So it's something to think about.
My colleague is based in Bangladesh, Priya. She's based in our Dhaka office, so she must have a lot of questions on the Bangladesh basis as well. Priya, if you want to go ahead with them.
Yes. So in terms of the Bangladeshi students, we have a different curriculum in terms of our schooling and everything. So if a student is interested for to enter into the bachelor's program, do they have to go through the foundation course, or can they directly apply with the first year itself?
So it depends on the education background for students. So students typically coming from having studied just the higher secondary certificate will
Yeah.
typically need the foundation year. So
HSC?
if they
Yeah.
come for the HSC, students will need to have the foundation year. We offer our own foundation pathways here at Birmingham. They're taught on campus by our own academics. So again, you become a Birmingham student and have that quality education. You have access to all of the same facilities, but you start that as your foundation year. Upon successful completion, you're guaranteed to progress to your undergraduate study. If students are studying other qualifications such as A levels, international baccalaureate, or equivalent, students can be considered for undergraduate entry. Students also who have studied a bachelor's degree with honours of at least 3 years may be considered for undergraduate entry as well.
Okay.
So there are a couple of different routes in.
So can we address what are the entry requirements for the postgraduate students, who are Bangladesh nationals?
So usually students will need to have successfully completed a bachelor's degree with honours, at least 3 years in duration, followed by, depending on the kind of institution in which you've studied at, followed by a master's degree of 1 or 2 years can also be considered. Students can also be considered with a 4-year bachelor's degree, and there are typically different requirements depending on the institution. So typically for a 2-1, we'd be asking for a CGPA of around 3.0.
Yeah, so for the Bangladeshi students, it's almost above 70%. That is more practical, but you can enter by 65%.
Yeah, so some courses you may be able to be considered with 65%, between 65 and 70, some with a CGPA of 3.0. It depends. Some courses we do have, for example, some of our courses have a 2.2 equivalent, so may ask for slightly lower grade requirements there.
I'm going to find that out. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you the most important questions that I always get from my students.
Okay.
The students come in and tell me, what are the scholarships? I need to know every scholarships that there is for the masters and for the bachelors, because this is the most hyped questions that I get.
Yeah, of course.
Because they want to study at the university and they want to attend, these are good students who are applying to the university.
Yeah.
So they want scholarships. So is there anything exciting for the Bangladeshi students?
So one thing that we would say is one of our most exciting things for 2022 is that Birmingham is actually hosting the Commonwealth Games next summer, which is a real exciting time for the city. But the University of Birmingham is the official partner and is also hosting 2 of the sports, so hockey and squash. And that's something that's really exciting for the university itself. As part of that and being a proud partner of the Commonwealth Games, we do have a number of master's scholarships for international students that we really want to ensure that enables students who are interested in master's study where they can get that same experience with that slightly reduced fee. So for students coming from Bangladesh, we are expecting to have a value of £3,000 scholarships, which will automatically be deducted from your tuition fees for all master's study as part of this Commonwealth Games Birmingham scholarship. So that is something that's really exciting that we'll be able to offer, and final details will be announced hopefully in the next couple of weeks. We also have a range of different subjects. So, for example, our Birmingham Business School, which is obviously our popular school here, has a range of different master scholarships ranging from £2,500 up to fully funded scholarships across a range of different programs. So students interested in certain areas do have additional scholarships as well.
Okay, that's great. So
talking about scholarships, sorry to interrupt, Priya. In Bangladesh, students can apply for the government scholarships as well, Prime Minister's scholarships and the President's scholarships.
Of course, yeah.
So UOB is, they require the university has to be within the global top 300 ranking university in order to apply for the scholarships. So UOB is in the global top 100 universities. So you would be definitely eligible for those scholarships. So
yeah. we get a number of students who are applying for the government scholarships, and we have students starting each year who are sponsored from various different ministries who come to Birmingham, which is really exciting to welcome so many Bangladeshi students to the university to study their master's courses. So we do welcome students who have studied who are studying with us now. One thing we do have is that we also have a dedicated kind of sponsor liaison team. So if there are any kind of inquiries, we also have a dedicated team to support those students as well. So we really do want to support more students from Bangladesh coming to Birmingham. So obviously we're here to help and hopefully be able to guide you throughout that admissions process once you arrive here as well.
Thank you indeed.
So we
Yes, Priya,
already have a lot of questions arriving. I just wanted to quickly summarize that. So for the entry requirement for the undergraduate students are they can directly go into the first year if they have their A-levels done, and if you are an HSC SSC candidate, then you have to go through foundation. And I think that the foundation itself is very much necessary because you are going to be in one of the most prestigious program itself, and it is within the vicinity of the campus as well.
Yes.
So
the foundation, there's different pathways depending on what undergraduate degree you want to study. So we have our engineering and physical science pathway, kind of our business, social science and law pathway. So there's specialized subjects. So it's not just about academic English. It is also about advancing your knowledge in that subject area to prepare you for your undergraduate degree. And our foundation, our Birmingham International Academy, is based on the university campus here in Birmingham. So students, as I said, have access to all those same facilities. So it really is important if you are coming from the HSC that you would need to complete that foundation year.
Yeah, and I think the campus in itself is an enormous campus. Being a part of that campus, I think more than studying, it's an experience in itself. Yeah. The being in that university is an experience, and I think everybody should be able to enjoy that because not everybody can be a part of it. So in terms of talking about international students, can you give me some pointers about what they should do and they shouldn't do in terms of when they're applying? If you could give me few hints and few inside notes.
I think in terms of when it comes to the application process, it's making sure, I said earlier on about really thinking about it in advance and preparing for that application process. It is a very competitive university, and as I said, some of our courses are extremely popular. We have for certain master's courses, we have earlier deadlines, so it's really important to actually research now. Even if you're looking at September 2022 entry, you might think you have a lot of time, but some of our deadlines for our first stage in the business school, computer science, even our Masters of Public Administration, which I know is a popular course, the first stage deadlines have already passed and it's already in stage 2. So it's really important to think about and prepare your application as soon as possible if you are really keen and interested in studying at Birmingham. Really make sure that you have all of your documents verified, that you have all of your documents to hand, so your academic transcripts, your certificates, academic references, and also your personal statement. You should really be thinking about why you want to study your course, your passion and enthusiasm towards the subject area, showing that you've done kind of educated reading outside of your current studies. Really ensure that you have that knowledge and background as to why you want to actually study that course and reasons for it, as well as plans for the future if you have that. So I think it's just a lot of preparation that you need to think about when it comes to the application side of things itself. And obviously Student Connect can help you with that process to make it easier and ensure that you get that submitted in a timely manner. I think Birmingham, as we've discussed already, it's really welcoming institution, very friendly university. Students really benefit from Birmingham because they're in the second largest city here in the UK. So students really benefit from having that major city experience while still having that beautiful university campus. And I think that's something that's really, I guess, one of our unique features that we have, where everything is taught in one place. Students have access to all of the facilities on campus. And I think that's something that doing that research in advance and thinking about what it is that you want to study here is something that I'd really recommend doing soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. So now we are almost at the end of the session. So we have a lot of questions lined up. So I'm going to quickly go through the questions. Okay, so the first question is from Ro Habib Argani, and he's interested to join us. Okay, so the next question is, what are the scholarships available? I think we have already discussed.
Yeah.
And just to summarize, Jessica, could you just...
Yeah, we have a range of scholarships available. We do have more so for postgraduate study, including the Commonwealth Games scholarship of automatic £3,000. The business school offer a huge range of postgraduate scholarships as well. Other areas, for example, our engineering and physical sciences offer a range of undergraduate academic-based scholarships. So there are different scholarship opportunities available. We do have on our webpage, if you look on our international section, we do have guidance on international scholarships that are available to our students. So you can find out more on the website. For our Dubai campus, we have a more fantastic range of scholarships, up to 40% scholarships available at our Dubai campus. So that's something that also, if you are considering studying, wanting that UK education, but in Dubai, there are some benefit there with those up to 40% scholarships.
Okay, so the next question is from Rahima Arms, and she wants to know, so she has done her O-levels back in 2017 and completed her A-levels in 2020, but her results, she haven't mentioned her results, but she has an IELTS score of 6. So in terms of having that undergraduate student, can she apply? And if she does, she wants to know what is the initial deposit in order to get the CAS.
Okay, so in terms of, we have our foundation pathways. We have different pathways, as I said, which allow progression onto different courses. We do have our medical life and geosciences pathway, which does allow progression to our pharmacy course. So for students, if they haven't achieved the required grades for undergraduate studies, so if they haven't achieved the required A-level grades, we may still be able to consider for the foundation year. So we can consider for pharmacy as an option there. In terms of the deposit, there's typically a £5,000 deposit for our foundation pathways, which would need to be paid in advance of starting their course. And in terms of English language requirements, we do require English language IELTS typically. For the integrated CAS, this would allow the 4-year program, so it's the one application to the foundation and that integrated CAS. Typically it's 5.5 with at least 5.5 in each band, but pharmacy may have slightly higher requirements, but we'd be able to consider that 6.0 IELTS.
Okay, Rahima, so I hope that answers your question. You can apply and you with this IELTS score as well, so I hope you contact us soon. Okay, so Zain, do you want to go read out the next questions?
Yep. Sorry for the technical glitch. I had my son in my laptop run.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask another one. So one of the student, Lalo Nawaz, he is asking, what is the maximum number of years of study gap is it accepted in the university?
There's no particular range in terms of, we have students coming from all different backgrounds in terms of years out of education. So it may well be that students are coming as a mature student, having worked for 15 years. We have a range of students at all different ages, so there's no requirement. I think the main thing would be, it depends on what level of study, if you're looking at undergraduate or postgraduate study. If you're a postgraduate student and you've got years of employment history, that would be absolutely fine. That would just be included in your application, details of your education and employment history. For undergraduate students, if you are thinking about a gap year or have had several gap years, I think that the thing would be to just highlight what it is you've been doing during that in your personal statement. What have you achieved? Have you worked? Have you got work experience? Is it relevant to your degree? So as long as you include that in your application, we welcome it. As I said, we've got students in their 60s and 70s who have had 50 years of working and decided they want to now do a master's degree. So there's no kind of age or restrictions or gap year restrictions there.
I think you're never too old to learn something.
Exactly. Yeah.
The pieces after completing their bachelor program, student goes to work.
Sorry, Simon, we can't hear you properly.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah.
So usually the common practice is after completing a bachelor program, they go and start their career, they start working. And after 4, 5, 6 years of experience, they go to the masters to enhance their career. So it is really justifiable that any gap, that doesn't mean that it's the gap, you are working there at the same time. But however, if you're going for a bachelor program, it's very important that there is not much gap, or you can take only a couple of, as you said, the gap year, where the student was getting some real life experience. So this study gap thing only, I think, most people for the postgraduate qualifications. However, for bachelor programs, you really looking for a student who is really regular, not much better than gap.
And I think you guys provide support to the mature students as well. So
Yeah, we have a postgraduate mature student association. We have kind of lots of different students.
Wow.
So we have
They
lots
all
of support.
gang up.
Exactly. And we have lots of different postgraduate associations. So our Guild of Students have over 350 student societies. We have a Bengali society. We have different religious, academic, different cultural societies, as well as then more fun and kind of relaxed societies that students can join, really get the chance to meet students from all over the world. So I think there's lots of ways to then meet other students who might be in a similar, have a similar background to you as well, even if you're coming back to study years later.
I believe I think the university itself, they celebrate Diwali, they celebrate Eid. I think all the students, they have different communities for Muslims, for Hindus, for Indians. There are various communities that the students can be a part of. And I think that brings out the best of the university, of the education itself. And that itself is very commendable. I think.
Yeah, I mean, we're really fortunate that the university does have, as I said, such a diverse community, and we have so many different student societies that put on a range of different activities and events. We have all different religions here. We have a multi-faith chaplaincy at the university with offering, we have guidance and support from all different religions, and students have the options for different prayer rooms and across campus. And we have that chaplaincy in order to support students who want to continue their religion, but across the city itself. There's every kind of mosque, synagogue, churches. There's everything that you can access that you would kind of expect in a major city. But with Birmingham being so multicultural and diverse, it really does have a huge number kind of on your doorstep. So it's really, really accessible for students who want to continue their faith when studying here in the UK.
Absolutely. And even for the undergrad students, the nightlife in Birmingham is something that is quite alive. And I think, for undergraduate students, this is something that they need to experience as well.
Yeah, I mean, the city itself is a fantastic, it's constantly changing, and there's been so much investment into the city. Birmingham really is kind of really at the forefront of industry and business and startup businesses and entrepreneurs moving to the city outside of London. They don't want to pay the costs of being in the capital, and Birmingham being the second biggest city, HSBC has moved its headquarters to Birmingham. But in terms of kind of culture and history, the city is really, really vibrant. The city hosts, obviously we're hosting the Commonwealth Games, but everything from international music festivals, food festivals, we're really big for food and having food cuisine from all over the world. So it's a really exciting city to be in, and students really do benefit from all that kind of culture and music and sporting. We have, Edgbaston Cricket Ground within walking distance to the university, hosting, obviously I'm not a cricket fan, but I'm aware that a lot we host kind of international cricket competitions, and there's everything kind of available for tournament. I don't even know what you would call it, but there's lots of things, sporting events that take place across the city as well. So that's something that our students love about being in Birmingham.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the insights. So we're almost at the end of the session. So I think it's been quite some time. So I'm going to quickly end it. So before we do, just to summarize, University of Birmingham is offering up to £3,000 scholarship, and the Dubai campus has from 4,000 to 40% scholarships. And just the last questions that I have for you is that what is the application deadline? Do we have an approximate one for the September 2022?
It depends on the course. Some deadlines, particularly the business school, as I said, MPA, various courses in government and society and computer science. There are stage processes, so you need to get applications in soon. Typically, for most of the postgraduate courses, it's the 1st of July 2022. But I'd encourage applications earlier, as some courses may close last minute. Undergraduate, we encourage students to meet the UCAS deadline, which for this year is the 26th of January. So we would advise undergraduate students to consider applying before that January deadline, as some courses will close at that deadline. For foundation studies, typically we'll accept applications until kind of July next year, early August at the latest. So there's a bit more time with the foundation study, but we still encourage you to apply earlier rather than leaving it later, to allow more time to get your visa sorted, your accommodation, and generally get you prepared for arriving in September.
Just to add a question with that, how long does it take you to get an offer letter once you apply?
Again, it depends on the level of study. We do try and encourage kind of applications once they're in, providing that all the documents have been provided at that point of applying, which of course Student Connect can help you with, so no need to panic about what documents you need. But foundation typically would be within 5 working days. Undergraduate courses typically 10 to 15 working days. Postgraduate applications for TOR and PhD programs can be longer. So for masters, it can take up to kind of 4 to 6 weeks. If it's a popular course and there's been a huge number of applications, which is often the case for Birmingham. But we do try and, particularly where there's students coming through government scholarships, we do try and help support those students where we can to get earlier decisions. But it depends on the course itself. But I would advise kind of making sure that although you might not have heard from us, we are reviewing that, and our admissions team are taking the time to look at each application case by case. So it's not just a simple reviewing everything. We read all of your documents and we check those applications thoroughly to ensure that we are processing them carefully. So just bear with us if there are any delays, but Student Connect can obviously follow that up on your behalf.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much, Jessica.
Thank you so much for having me today. And thank you for everyone for listening today.
Absolutely. I think it has been.
We're coming to the end of the program, and thank you, everyone. I really appreciate Priya coming out and hosting the event today. And Jess, thank you very much indeed for taking your time out. I'm really looking forward for our next program, which will be a spot assessment session in a month time or so, where we will invite applicants to come and have one-to-one session with Jess, where you can discuss your qualifications and check your eligibility to study at the University of Birmingham. So stay tuned, keep in touch with us, follow us in our social media.
Thank you so much.
Visit our offices. We have many counselors throughout the country in all 3 offices: Bangladesh, Dhaka, Sylhet, and Chittagong as well. So at any time as well, if you want to have a meeting with Jess, any prospective students, we can always arrange that as well. So thank you everyone for joining us today for the live program, and thank you, Jess. Any concluding remarks? Yes.
Just thank you very much for having me today. And as you've just said, I definitely would recommend. We really kind of trust our partner, Student Connect. So if you do need that application support, if you have questions about Birmingham, please do get in touch with any of their offices. They can obviously connect with me directly, and we can help support you throughout that process for next September. And hopefully we'll be seeing you soon here in Birmingham. So thanks again.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.